She doesn't need any help. Very good. Naomi for Tech High.
Good afternoon, and thank you for having me. So as the year goes on, we are having new events, and I'm so excited to share with you tonight. So we had our very first rally of the week, and it was super exciting. We had various days. Monday was anything but a backpack day, and then our second on Tuesday, it was Twin Day, which was very popular. And then on Wednesday was Adam Sanders Day. So basically, you would just wear like something comfortable. And then on Thursday, it was on Thursday it was 70s Days, and then on Friday it was Barbie and Ken Day. Here you're able to see Twin Day was the best and most Spirit Day because it was simple and everybody wanted to be matching with their besties, and it was very cute. As you can see here, we have more photos that shows the students having fun with our Spirit Days. And then here is ASB class because if we want to encourage students to dress up and do spirit, ASB has to be like the influence like our classmates, and we want to showcase that we have spirit, and we did it by every single person in ASB was required to participate. And there's just here was anything but a backpack day. As you can see, there's very different examples. And then here was Adam Sanders Day, which was very fun to do with. And then here was Barbie and Ken Day, which was super cute. We saw many Barbies, and then we just saw some Kens. And it was super sweet. And then here, there's some photos where ASB was preparing for the big event. It was an incredible, for being our first rally, it was truly amazing. And as you guys can see, we had band perform, and then ASB also, they planned the Barbie dance, the early on the movie, there was the Dua Lipa song, and they performed that. And then they also, the guys, as you can see right there, they did the I'm Just Ken song, and it was just very wonderful. And then we also passed out like neon for them to wear. And then here just having ASB starting to prepare for homecoming. That was 2 weeks ago. Our theme was Hollywood. And then as you guys can see right here, there's more photos of what it looks like, the making of having Hollywood theme. And then here are royalty, the one, and then just some like fun photos that truly showcase that Tech High students had fun. And then here we have Halloween at THS. Just a quick photos that everybody seemed to enjoy Halloween and going to dress up with their friends. And then we also had Hot 1017 coming. They did many prices, and they were doing the Travis Scott tickets, and I actually had the chance of winning them, so I was very happy with that. And then it makes me really happy to talk more about John Reed. So tomorrow is our big event, tomorrow at John Reed with the kids. Today I was just finishing all the details, and it's super excited. We're going to do TK all the way to second grade. And we have Chick-fil-A, Runner Park, provided us with book sets, and what I did is that they just provided us with plastic bags, but I wanted to do more. I want them to have more of an enjoyable present, and what I did was me and Ms. Wolfman ordered bags, and then we put like cutes, and then we also did, each kid is gonna get their own letter written in their own home language. So we asked them, we have some diverse, some are from Vietnamese, and we made sure they got a Vietnamese like translate, and then some are Spanish, English. For us, it is very important for each kid to feel included, and they're also having to do, we're also reading to them, but there's also going to be a planned activity. So we're planning having them write like thankful letters to anyone that they're grateful for, they just want to appreciate and thank. And we're gonna help them, and then we brought some stickers, and then I had my classmates help me decorate the envelopes, and I'm so excited to share more on the next report, because it's going to be a very wonderful event. And then we also had tie-in tours as our school. It's very much focused on out of district. Most of our students are from out of district. So for us, tie-in tours is a very important event, because it gives us that opportunity to showcase the future tie-ins and the reasons why they should be coming at Tech High. And it was incredible. They got to be able to have a tour of the school. We had a student panel that if kids were having questions, they were able to ask questions. We had a different diversity. We had athletes, people who have taken AP classes and what they are, and just basically everything that we offer at Tech High and the reasons why they should join us to come. And then also we had out of district and then in district, and then it allowed parents to also come to our school. And then just real quick, because country has been happening, here's some photos. Their season is almost finished, and they have last night, it was their awards night, and I saw that they got like many awards. Many have beating their own times, and it's just wonderful. And then it was also girls' soccer night. They got all recognized, the girls, and it was very cute. And they deserve it all because they're very good athletes. And then that's it for this report. Thank you.
Thank you. Lots going on. All right, trustee report on activities. Trustee Johnson.
All that, nothing to report.
No worries. Trustee Martin.
I had the wonderful privilege of attending Rancho Cotati's homecoming and being a judge for the floats. It was an awesome time, and I was impressed with the floats and the performances.
Trustee Brown.
Trustee Brown's going to pass.
All right. Trustee Nelson.
All right, well, I'm feeling the decades passing here, a little pensive with Tina Rogers being here. She was a senior when I was a freshman, but her younger sister, Tiffany, we went to Waldo together, and I was their paper boy up until 1986. So that was a blast from the past for me. So my report is since our last meeting, I've attended a DLAC meeting as well as an LCAP meeting. I was actually thinking, maybe I need to talk to Mr. Ortega there, and we can get some student representation on the DLAC committee from the Mecha Club, but because that was an issue with the DLAC meeting, parents and participation in that. So maybe I'll take a deeper look into that in the future. So that's my report.
Thanks. I joined Trustee Martin and got to judge the Rancho Homecoming Parade with Rochelle and Superintendent Ituri, so that was a lot of fun, and thank you for all the students who put that on. Went to the LCAP meeting with Mark. We can probably ask them if there's anyone that wants to be on the LCAP too. So if you know of any cool students that want to be on LCAP, it's very exciting. So, but we do need some student and some more parent. It is very exciting. It's your business plan for the district. It says everything we're going to do over the next 3 years. If you want to do something, that's your chance right there. Hey, some of us get excited about business plans, okay? Anyway, and speaking of other exciting meetings, went to the Budget Advisory Committee meeting as well. So, but thank you for Jamal for stepping in and doing the LCAP, and always for John and his team for putting on a well-planned budget meeting. So thank you for that. Superintendent Ituri.
Okay, so it's been a busy month since we were last here. I also was at the DLAC, the LCAP, and the homecoming events. We also took a couple of teams to the cornhole competition at Rancho. I think HR might have finished second. There was some stiff competition there. Also had the honor of being at the CAPS meeting with all our teams, and there's a lot of enthusiasm around our professional learning teams, and I'm so happy to see that. Their staff and principals really dedicated to that work. Also, several site visits, really lucky and fortunate to be able to meet with parents and staff at Rancho, Tech High, Monte Vista, Elko, and Richard Crane. So I've been able to get to all the schools at least once, and I've been to a couple of them a second time. So I'm going to continue with that in the coming year. Also, we did a couple of community schools. Lisa Bauman and I did a couple of community schools presentations to staffs, and everyone is interested in applying for the grant. We also had a great community schools meeting. We had about 40 participants come and kind of put their hopes and dreams down, and so we're going to use that information, that data, to help write the grants. So we are hoping that we are successful. Again, nothing is guaranteed. And last night I met with a parent group, and we're working to increase our participation and make sure that we have some ELAC representation and our school site councils and our PTOs, so that we make that a larger, more participatory group from our parent community. So. Oh, and actually, I got to do yard duty today at Tech Middle, and that was a lot of fun. I hadn't had a walkie-talkie in my hand for a really long time and been on the yard, so it felt really cool to be out there with all the kids. So, thank you.
Fantastic. All right. Roanoke Park Cotati Educators Association. Lisa.
Hello, good evening, President Wing, trustees, Superintendent Ituri, and district staff. So, fall is a time of year for reflection and showing gratitude. The cooler weather reminds me to slow down during a time of the school year that can feel very rushed and frenetic due to all we're trying to get done before the holiday season. And so I like the clouds and the gray and the rain to just kind of remind me to take it slow, even though I feel like I'm rushing towards a freight train. I don't know what. So we've had another busy month in RIPSIA since the last board meeting. We voted on and passed 2 MOUs. One was the prep coverage MOU, and the other was the adjunct duty MOU. And today we bargained for an update to the VLA MOU. And we invited one of our VLA teachers to attend, and it was very collaborative, and everyone was really receptive to her perspective and her experience in the position. It was very productive. At the end of October, representatives from all 3 labor groups accompanied the district bargaining team to Chico to observe their teams using interest-based bargaining. I think it's fair to say that everyone was impressed with what we saw. It was collaborative and productive, and we all felt really encouraged by the process. As the superintendent mentioned, we have continued to meet with the sites that qualify for the Community Schools Grant, and last week we had the advisory council meeting made up of principals, teachers, parents, and even some students joined us. It was very sweet. The excitement and enthusiasm for making our schools a place where we can support the whole child and their families was incredible from everyone that was there. We are already building an amazing partnership among our stakeholders, and it was inspiring to see the vision they have, the dream boards that Maite was talking about, for what our schools can be. I'm hopeful that regardless of the outcome of the grants, that we'll continue to build partnerships with the community and strengthen our capacity to help our families. A growing concern not only for RIPSIA but for the district has been the working conditions for our education specialists or our special ed teachers. They are stretched very thin with not enough hours in the day to do everything they need to do. We have suggested having a problem-solving roundtable with our special education teachers and district management to identify concerns and come up with ways to alleviate some of those struggles and those issues. And management has been very receptive to this. I think they just have to bring it up at cabinet, and so we're really happy about this too. It's very collaborative. If we want what's best for our students, we need to continue to take care of our teachers. And then lastly, over the weekend, we sent out a survey to our members to get their feedback on what our priorities for bargaining should be this year, and for the contract that we'll be negotiating. We plan to have our sunshine letter for you at the next board meeting. Our goal is still to recruit and retain the quality educators our students deserve, and we look forward to working together to achieve this goal. Thank you.
Lisa, I have a quick question. I don't want to get too involved, but for the special ed, the specialists and the teachers, is the struggle the student to staff ratio? Are the behaviors more extreme, or is it just kind of a huge combination of so many things?
It depends on the level you're at.
Okay.
For our secondary teachers, I know for sure it just has to do with the caseloads and all that goes with it. So it's
Yeah.
not so much the behavior stuff, but it's just, it's co-teaching, it's case management, it's writing IEPs, it's being there for kids when they need, it's directed studies. There's a lot. And we're just, I think, too, whether it's coming off of COVID or just the way things are, it just seems like the needs are growing.
Yeah.
And I know, and the experience in elementary school is similar with all of those things, and then you throw in the behavior stuff there because you've still got littles that are developing emotionally.
Yeah.
So it's a tough job.
Right.
It really is.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We're good? All right. All right. There is no CSEA or SEIU report, so next would be receipt of official correspondence.
So we're really grateful that Molly's here filling in for John today. So thanks, Molly.
Okay. Is this on?
Yep. You're good.
6G1 is the Sonoma County Quarterly Treasurer's Report for quarter ending September 30th, 2023.
Okay. Are there any questions about the report? Nope. All right. And then Williams settlement findings for 2023-2024 site visits.
Yes, so Thomas Page Academy, John Reed, Lawrence Jones, and TMS all had Williams site visits, and we had no findings at all. We were all yeses in all areas: instructional materials, school facilities, and our compliance notifications. So really happy about that. Everything went really well.
Wonderful. Thank you. All right, there's no public comment. Consent agenda. Can I get a motion to approve items 8A through R? Can I get a second?
All second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Personnel Services, ratification of RIPSIA prep coverage MOU.
Sorry. Yes, we have it was voted on, and we have an agreement that we're bringing forward.
Great. Any questions or discussion? Can I get a motion to approve ratification of RIPSIA prep coverage MOU?
I move.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Resolution 2024-9, the STRS exemption to separation from service.
Yes, so when teachers retire, they have to stay out a certain number of months. And we're bringing back and if there's an area that we're short, in this case, special ed, we can file this to bring teachers back sooner. So we're asking this for one of our ed specialists to come back and do some testing for us.
Great. Any questions? Can I get a motion to approve the resolution 2024-9 STRS exemption to the separation from service?
All motion to approve?
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Roll call?
Trustee Brown,
Yes.
Trustee Johnson,
Yes.
Trustee Martin,
Aye.
Trustee Nelson,
Aye.
Trustee Wing.
Yes. Approval of arts teacher on special assignment at Setosa, job description.
I'm excited about this. This is part of the VAPA Prop 28 plan, and we have a job description for an arts TOSA to help with that work.
Great. Any questions? Can I get a motion to approve the arts teacher on special assignment job description?
I move that we approve 9C.
Can I get a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Ratification of RIPSIA adjunct duties MOU.
So another MOU we're glad to bring forward. This allows our teachers to sign up for adjunct duties and for us to identify the ones that are the priorities for our school sites. So we're bringing it forward.
Great. Any questions? Wonderful. Can I get a motion to approve the ratification of the RIPSIA adjunct duties MOU?
All motion to approve?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. All right, we will take a 5-minute break. 10? We will be taking a 10-minute break, and we'll be back at 7:12. Reconvening at 7:18. So due to a scheduling conflict, I'd like to move 10B to, well, just later. We're waiting for the presenter to arrive. So can I get a motion to move 10B to potentially at 11, but after 11, but that we will just, when he comes on.
I move that we do so.
Okay, can I get a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion carries 5-0. So we will do 10A, approval of resolution 2024-8 regarding annual accounting of developer fees for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2023 in the Capital Facilities Fund. I believe that's Molly.
This is, what we are presenting is the developer fee resolution and an annual accounting of these fees. Are there any questions about this?
I don't think so.
Are the fees changing at all?
We have
Sorry.
new fees as of 2023.
Right.
And they did, I think they went up a little bit. The residential construction additions and remodels are $4.79 per square foot,
Okay.
and commercial industrial construction is 78 cents a square foot.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, any other questions?
That isn't what shows in the PDF. It says residential 379, commercial 61 cents.
Well, that's
Please.
22, 23 annually, and then
Oh,
she's
okay,
projecting,
I have a question.
no questions.
Oh, were you
allowed.
done?
Oh, she's talking, okay,
Okay.
2024, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm ready. It's my turn?
Your
turn.
Okay. So, this is at, Monte Vista, correct? That the,
No, we're on 10A.
oh, okay. Never
This is the
mind.
developer fees, yeah.
Sound good? All right, any other questions? Can I get a motion to approve 10A, Resolution 2024-8 regarding annual accounting of developer fees for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2023 in the Capital Facilities Fund?
I move that we approve resolution 2024-8.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Roll call?
Trustee Brown,
Yes.
Trustee Johnson,
Yes.
Trustee Martin,
Aye.
Trustee Nelson,
Aye.
Trustee Wing.
Yes.
The yes is still got
10C,
three.
obsolete food service equipment from Rancho Cotati Kitchen.
We are asking the board declare the equipment from Rancho Cotati Kitchen obsolete. It has out-of-date and excessive service equipment.
Okay.
Has new equipment been installed, or?
Rancho Cotati's kitchen is undergoing new construction,
Okay.
and I believe Josh is out in the audience, yes.
Sounds good. Do we just scrap it, Josh, or do we actually resell it to someone else? Resell it, cool. All right, any questions? All right, can I get a motion to approve 10C, obsolete food service equipment from Rancho Cotati Kitchen?
I'll move that we approve 10C.
Can I get a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Fiscal update and planning.
Okay, we are asking the board review and discuss information presented and direct staff accordingly. We have first the budget summary report. I don't know if you have any questions on this.
Nope. Everyone good with the budget summary?
I'm good.
All right.
Good.
And then we have the enrollment report. I have the enrollment update for you for the month of October. We have 3 more students than last month.
Yay.
35 students left the district and 38 students entered the district. Of the 35 that left, 8 went to private or charter schools. 12 moved out of the country, 13 moved within the country, and 2 were other, as we don't know where they went. 38 students entered the district. 1 was from private or a charter school. 19 were from out of the county. 6 were from within the county, and 8 were other.
All right. Any questions?
No, it's just amazing how families are going to move. They're not going to be like some of us that stay here forever. But it's, yeah.
They did, apparently, we had a couple move to LA, New York, some moved within Santa Rosa, Sonoma, and Petaluma.
All right, sounds good. Thank you. Next, we have 11B, first reading of BP and AR 5148, childcare and development. Are there any questions about that? All right. Are there any questions on 11C through Q? These are all second readings of ARs and BPs. No? All right, here we go. I make a motion to approve 11C, second reading of BP 1160, political processes. Can I get a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. I make a motion to approve 11D, second reading of BP 1313.01, civility. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. I make a motion to approve 11E, the second reading of BP and AR 1330, use of school facilities. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. I make a motion to approve 11F, second reading of AR 3311, bids. Can I get a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 11F. So when Superintendent Ituri and I were going over the agenda, I thought that said birds, and for like the third or fourth time I've seen this agenda, I keep wanting to say birds. So I feel like we might have to have a board policy about birds here pretty soon. All right, 11G, I make a motion to approve the second reading of AR 3311.3, design build contracts. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. I make a motion to approve 11H, second reading of BP 3312 contracts. Can I get a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. I make a motion to approve 11I, second reading of BP 3460, financial reports and accountability. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. I make a motion to approve 11J, second reading of AR and BP 3551, food service operations cafeteria fund. Can I get a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. I make a motion to approve 11K, second reading of BP 4151, 4251, 4351, employee compensation. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. I make a motion to approve 11L, second reading of AR 4217.3, layoff and rehire. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. I make a motion to approve 11M, second reading of BP 5131.9, academic honesty. Can I get a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. I make a motion to approve 11N, second reading of BP and AR 5145.9, hate motivated behavior. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. I make a motion to approve 11O, second reading of BP 6162.5, student assessment. Can I get a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. I make a motion to approve 11P, second reading of AR 7140, architectural and engineering services. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. I make a motion to approve 11Q, second reading of bylaw 9124, attorney. Can I get a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. 11R, acceptance of gifts and donations to school and district. There we go.
We have a few items this month. Monte Vista received 45 packs of copy paper, $225. They also received filing cabinets, air purifiers, lobby chairs, and some office chairs. The paper was a gift from the Monte Vista parents, and the office furniture was from the Bank of Marin. And the office furniture is priced at $1,527. Rancho Cotati received a winter season monetary donation of $10,000, and that was from the Rancho Athletic Boosters for a total of $11,752.
So question,
Mhm.
the money that donated to, I assume, the Rancho Cotati, is that distributed to the sports teams, or how is that distributed? Or is that distributed at the high school for whatever?
I don't have an answer for
Yeah,
that.
sorry I didn't ask sooner, but, you
No,
know.
that's okay.
Yeah.
I'll find out for you
Yeah, I was just curious.
and
how,
get back to you.
Okay.
I'll check into it. Thank you.
The boosters just do great things.
Yeah, they
And
do.
And they have a big draw, and they can make a lot of revenue at the football games, because a lot of people go to that versus, the other events. But they do great things for everybody. I was just curious how this is distributed.
Yeah, I'm going to one of their meetings coming up here in the very near future, so I'll get to thank them personally.
Right.
But I'll find out how the money's spent.
Right.
Thank you, or distributed.
All right. All right, can I get a motion to approve the acceptance of gifts and donations?
I'll motion to approve.
Can I get a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. So we are going to take a break until the speaker for 10B can come on. So let's take a 10-minute break. We'll do 10, and if we need to take more, we'll take more. Thank you. We will call the meeting back to order at 7:41. So next up on the agenda is approval of resolution 2024-10, calling an election for renewal of an education parcel tax, establishing specifications of the election order, and requesting consolidation with other elections occurring on March 5th, 2024.
Hi, so we have Charles Heath here with us from Civics. We're asking for a resolution to be passed this evening so we can put our parcel tax on the ballot in March. And Charles is here to explain that to us, and if we have any questions for him. Thank you, Charles.
All right, should I take it away?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, sorry for the delay this evening. I was juggling 2 board meetings and got caught behind a bunch of public comments, so appreciate your patience. So we've talked about this item at a couple of board meetings over the last 6 months or so, but the parcel tax for Cotati Rohnert Park that was first approved by local voters in 2012 and then renewed in 2015 is set to expire in 2025. And so in order to continue the roughly $1.3 million in annual funding that the parcel tax provides, we need to take a renewal measure back to voters for approval by at least 2/3 of the voters voting in that election. We started this process by conducting a survey of your local voters. We presented with them some different parcel tax options in terms of tax rates and durations and whatnot. And what we saw consistently in the data was that voters would support at the 2/3 level a continuation of the existing $89 parcel tax for a similar term to how it was last renewed in 2015. So $89 for another 8 years. Following that survey and the presentation of the results to the board, we've done some work to send some information out to the community to educate and inform them about how parcel tax funding has been used since 2012 and the kind of consequences that there would be if the funding were to expire. And we also invited the community to provide public input as part of that process. So the recommendation is to move forward with placing a renewal measure on the March 5th, 2024 ballot. And so the resolution that you have before you tonight would do just that. If you look through the resolution, the terms of the proposal are the same as what voters originally approved in 2012 and then renewed in 2015. So this basically just re-ups the same measure for another 8 years. In particular, I'll draw your attention to Exhibit A of the resolution. That's on page 6. That is the ballot question that would appear on ballots for voters to vote on. Again, it has the legally required elements in terms of the tax rate, the duration, and the total proceeds raised, along with a description of how the funds would be used. And then knowing that we can't fit the entire detail of a parcel tax proposal in that 75-word ballot question, we then have Exhibit B, which is the full text of the measure. This will be reprinted in the ballot pamphlet that's mailed to all voters so that they have the benefit of all the details in the measure. And this just spells out, again, in more detail, how the funds may be used, same uses as we've had in the past parcel taxes, the amount of the tax and how that's calculated, the exemptions that are going to continue to be available for seniors and low-income people with disabilities, and then also the mandatory fiscal accountability protections, continuing to have an independent oversight committee, mandatory annual audits, and so on. So that's a brief overview of the resolution that's before you, but I'm happy to answer any questions about the resolution itself or the process that led us to placing this measure on the ballot.
Any questions?
So let me turn this on.
You're on.
Oh, so I am on. Polling, what were the results of the polling that was done on this?
Sure. So the polling, if you remember the way the poll is structured, we ask the ballot question up front before we provide people any other information, and then we give them more information and see how that changes support. So at the beginning of the survey, support for the renewal of the $89 parcel tax was right at about 65%, so just under that 2/3 threshold. And then after voters heard more detail about how the funds would be spent and, you know, reasons to support or oppose the measure like they'll encounter during the election environment, support went up to 72%, which is pretty similar to the passage rates we've seen for the last two parcel taxes in Cotati-Rohnert Park. So we're sort of in a similar position that we were prior to the last couple elections.
Okay, thank you. Also, for historically, as your amount of $89 a year is relatively a lower amount type of thing. So as you historically try to raise that up, the percentages often fall off, right? I mean, if you
That's
went
right.
$200,
That's right. And
you might get a different polling thing
Right.
than $89. So
we did test some higher tax rates in the polling, and we were well below 2/3. So that's why the recommendation was to stick with the $89.
okay.
Great. Any other questions?
And the $89 goes towards, I mean, now this is every parcel, right?
Right.
Right. And there should be more parcels now than the last time we did this, correct?
Yeah, as there's new development in the community and there are additional taxable parcels, then yeah, that $89 is applied to each taxable parcel. So that does generate new revenue. And I'll just mention that, you know, taxpayers that already qualify for the senior exemption will be grandfathered in. They don't have to reapply. That will automatically carry forward to a new measure if it's renewed.
The
Okay.
new parcels, though, when John was talking about it at the budget meeting, the spending power of $89 is a lot different than it was even last year, but 5 years ago.
sure.
So the new parcels don't really make up for the difference of spending power.
The
But we
difference
can't
of
ask
the-
for any more
The
because,
cost of increase, yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if this is a relevant question for you, but how were apartments taxed? Do they pay a parcel tax?
No.
They don't, huh?
No, the parcel tax is applied to taxable properties, so properties that pay property tax. Now, of course, if you have an apartment building with 10 units on it, for example, the landlord will pay the tax, and assuming that apartment building's on a single parcel, then they'll pay $89 and, you know, allocate that in rent among those, you know, 10 tenants. You oftentimes have larger apartment and condo complexes, for example, that span across multiple parcels, and then that property owner would pay $89 times however many parcels they own. And commercial properties pay it as well, again, just on a per parcel basis.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Charles?
No.
All right. Thank you, Charles. We appreciate you coming on tonight.
No problem. Thank you.
Well, if there's no other questions, can I get a motion to approve resolution number 2024-10, calling an election for renewal of an education parcel tax, establishing specifications of the election order, and requesting consolidation with other elections occurring on March 5th, 2024? Can I get a second?
I'll second that.
Roll call vote?
Trustee Brown?
Yes.
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Martin?
Aye.
Trustee Nelson?
Aye.
Trustee Wing?
Yes. All right. Thank you. Charles, you're
Th-
welcome to hang out, or you can go if you want.
Thank you, Charles. We'll
All
be
right,
in contact.
Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Item 12, future business and agenda items. Trustee Johnson?
I was part of a city meeting, and one of the service officers, our safety officer, was saying that he has electric bikes, and he would love to have folks patrolling, but right now they just don't have any, they have no folks to do that. And so I was thinking, how we've been talking about an SRO and stuff, and how we'd like more patrolling. So Rohnert Park is in a position to have e-bikes out there patrolling. We just need to push the city to do that, I suppose. So just a FYI, along the lines of the SRO that we wanted to continue talking about.
Great. Trustee Martin?
Pass.
Trustee Brown?
Pass?
Trustee Martin?
I know,
Or Trustee Nelson, sorry.
I know I've been in correspondence with Maite as well about the SRO and the safety plan, with the, I guess, limitations that we have for staffing for Runner Park. So I know we're working on that. So we have trying to get additional ideas what to do in the interim before there is staffing available. So, and I'm also, I think that you were involved with Sonoma Valley, finding out about how their safety plan was enacted versus ours and stuff. So I think that safety plan I know is in the works. So
Great. All right. Our next the regular scheduled meeting is December 5th, but our next meeting that we will all see each other is a study session on November 28th. It starts at 5 p.m. Is that right? Yep, at the Tech Middle Library. 28th, Tuesday the 28th, when we meet with Babs. At 5 p.m. 5:30? All right, 5:30. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. Is it at Labath? Look, this is why we do this, people. All right, November 28th, 5:30 at Labath. So we were all at the same place with pizza. No. All right, if there's nothing else, we adjourn the meeting at 7:53. Is that what that says? All right, there we go.